Walker, did the outing feel as good to you as it looked to us?
I don't know. I think, I felt good. I don't know. Went better than the one in Arizona did. So anytime you come off the aisle, I think you just want to kind of get back into the flow of it. And I felt like I did that tonight. So, no, and all in all, a good night.
We were talking about it earlier on our pregame show that we did not want to see you ever look down at your hand. Was the right index finger, ever an issue for you tonight at all?
No, not at all. We've figured some things out and how to treat it, and moving forward, I hope it's not a problem. I think we've kind of got it down. Obviously, the sim games help, and you can control it and learn how to navigate it. So I felt good about how it came out of my hand, and excited to move forward.
Earlier today, your manager said that you performing at your best and Clayton performing at his best is absolutely critical for this team to get where you want to be. They have a lot of faith in you. What does it mean to have that confidence in you and knowing that they need you to perform?
It's obviously, that's kind of humbling for me, obviously, kind of even being compared to Clayton and that kind of thing. And then when you're looking forward to try and win a world championship, to be involved is an important part of that is a big deal for me. So, we want to win, and we want to win the whole thing. And if I'm important to that, I'll take that.
With the exception, Walker, of the walk in the fourth inning, you faced the minimum today. I mean, is there anything you would have done differently? You kind of chuckled when I asked if it felt as good as it looked from the outside.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have walked the guy. That's about it.
It's pretty good. Thanks, Walker.
Next question from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Walker, Dave mentioned this afternoon that you maybe had talked to Rich Hill. What did you reach out to him? Did he reach out to you? And was he part of figuring out how to deal with this?
Yeah, I think anytime any blister issue, I think Rich Hill is going to be one of the first people on the list. Obviously, I think Rich and I were pretty close, and we did the charity event and all that this off season. So I don't think that was a far stretch to give Rich a call. And I talked about the blister and some other things, but yeah, he's a great resource. He's been around this game a long time, so he's definitely helped.
What did he tell you about it?
Just some treatment things to do, and just kind of mentally how to handle it, and there's some weird parts about having a blister where you can't do what you think you can do all the time, and things like that, and kind of keeping your confidence, I guess, when you can't prepare exactly how you want all the time. So great resource, and a guy I miss, and I know our clubhouse misses, but glad I can still give him a ring.
And you haven't pitched a whole lot for a month now. How ready do you feel going into the postseason?
I would say that my stuff was probably as good as it has been this year tonight. So I would have liked to throw him 7 innings, but I feel good with where I'm at.
Thanks. Tell Rich we said hi.
Will do.
Dave, earlier today you said it was absolutely critical that Walker and Clayton perform the way that you know that they can. Overall, with Walker today, how much more confident do you feel that he will do that for you in the postseason?
I feel really good. Today the stuff was great, and I could have probably pushed him another inning, but I just felt that, get out right there. Had some guys that I wanted to get in there and felt good getting Walker out when he did. But, yeah, just to see the stuff the way it was, really impressive, encouraging. And he's just really, I guess, in this small snippet of time, learn how to manage kind of that finger. So it's good.
He did say that he had talked to Rich Hill, as you mentioned earlier today, about some treatment options. I realize that you don't need to be a trainer, but has he discussed any of that with you? Has Possum told you what it is that he's doing that's been effective?
No, I think the less I know, the better. I just think that our training staff and Walker and obviously Rich is a good resource.
It looked like Blake Trinan talked his way into staying in there. Could you share that conversation with us?
No, it's just, I went out there and I just wanted to see how he felt, and he kind of took it as I was going to take the baseball from him. So we talked about it, and I felt good and wanted to know he felt good physically, and it was good to see him finish that inning out.
Do you feel like your offense, Dave, is really starting to kind of come together in a fashion that you feel very confident with moving forward in this postseason? The guys that you said needed to step up offensively have been doing so?
I do. I just think that if you look at, they're going to have some at-bats that guys throw away. You call it throw away or not quality. But I think, 9 innings, the last 2 weeks, collectively as a group, we've done a very good job. And even, Mookie didn't get any hits tonight, I don't think. Might have got one, he snuck one hit in first pitch of the game, but he barreled a lot of balls, just mishit them. But I thought all of our guys, I thought Cody, Max did the same thing, didn't have anything to show for it, but really good at bats all throughout our lineup.
Another series win. You still have only lost 1 series this season. You're also the first club to 40 wins. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a sign of good ball players playing good baseball. I guess if I looked back a couple months ago, 40 was kind of a number that we were shooting for. And it lines up with playing good ball. So we got to continue to play good going into the postseason, though.
Right, usually nobody wants to turn 40. Thanks, Dave. Good luck with the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Next question is from Beth Harris. Go ahead.
Hi, Dave. Just expanding on what you were saying earlier with Walker. Was it that you had seen enough, or do you think his finger had seen enough at this point?
It was more I've just seen. I thought that it was good. It was good, really good. And to get out there, with a net positive of the outing, I thought that was the prudent thing to do. You always want your pitcher, and they're going to always want to stay in there and think they can go complete games. But I think for the Dodgers, for Walker, it was the right decision.
And just to follow up, did his velocity and pretty much everything else check all the boxes for you?
It did. And I think with the layoff, you're always worried about the delivery and the consistency of it, or the command of the fastball, and all that stuff, all those boxes were certainly checked.
Thank you.
Next question from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, the curveball was really working for Walker, and the usage on that pitch was way up too. Was that something you saw him working on in sim games more? Was it just sort of the matchup that he thought it would work against this team? I mean, what did you kind of see with that?
I think it was a combo. I think that, he's got a above average fastball with command, and he just felt good with the breaking ball. And I like the way that Will kept going to it. And they were in sequence tonight, and he was landing it for strike down below and had the fastball above. So really good mix tonight.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
I'm more suspicious by nature, Dave. Did he throw a lot of curveballs to test the index finger? No. I think originally it was the cutter that sort of got him and kind of got this thing going. So I know he threw some cutters as well, especially early. But the curveball, I don't think really gave him a problem. Now, he hasn't pitched a whole lot in the past month. How confident are you that he's ready for the postseason?
Very, very. And I wouldn't say that if he hadn't done what he's done as far as pitching big games. But Walker is just very in tune with his delivery, and you certainly trust the compete, the history, all that stuff. And now the health as far as the fingers. So everything for me is all lined up.
Confident enough to name him your game 1 starter?
We're going to talk about that. I still think, Bill, we have a little bit of time, but not prepared yet.
I gave it a shot, Dave.
I love it.
Next question is from DG. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, did that 25-pitch 4th inning sort of, push you to pull him a little earlier than you might like?
I think that, if it was a little bit more efficient in that inning, it might have changed things. But for me, not necessarily stress, but the volume, I just felt that, my eyes just kind of said that was a good enough sample for me.
Yeah. And did you see at any point in the game that he might have been either looking at the finger a lot, rubbing his finger, worried about it? Did you see any signs of it being a problem?
Not that I saw. And again, he's done a great job, managing it from the psyche side and also kind of the topical side of things. So he does a great job.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.